Good morning, children. So, once again, I am present here with invitation. So, in the last class, we have read what is invitation. Invitation is of two kinds, formal and informal. Again, the formal invitation is of two types. Formal invitation meant for a lot of invitees and formal invitation meant for an individual. So we have already read the features of formal invitation meant for a lot of invitees. So today we are going to read the features of formal invitation meant for an individual. So let's see the features. So first is in the shape of a formal letter. Second, include the name of the invitee. Third, these are to be written on run-on lines. The sentence is not broken into different words, phrases. Other details are similar to the mass scale invitations. So, let's see the features again. First is in the shape of a formal letter. It's very easy to write. If you know how to write a formal letter, then you can easily write the formal invitation meant for an individual because its shape would be just like a formal letter. Shape would be just like a formal letter. What does it mean? It means like a formal letter. First of all, you'll write the address of the sender, then date, then address of the addressee, then subject, then salutation, then body. At last, complimentary clause, yours faithfully or yours sincerely, then name and designation. Now, point number 2 is include the name of the invitee. Children, as you remember that in the formal invitation meant for all the invitees, you don't mention the name of invitees. Why? Because it is for a lot of people. But as it is for an individual, so you must mention the name of the invitee, and where you will mention the name? In the address. Number 3. Lines here, sentences here would not be broken. As you remember that in formal invitation meant for all the invitees, you write the broken phrases, broken words, broken sentences, means not the complete sentence. And there every line starts with capital letter. But here in the formal invitation meant for an individual, you will write the complete line, complete sentences, complete phrases, and then other details will be just like the formal invitation meant for all the invitees. Other details means you have to mention the occasion, you have to mention the name of function, celebration, or date, venue, time, and if you have any other extra information, you will include it. You can see the solved example. The literary club of your school is putting up the play Waiting for Godot. As secretary of the club, draft an invitation inviting the famous writer Sudhish Gupta to be the guest of honor at the function. Write the invitation in not more than 50 words. You are Govind Gauri. So, like the formal letter, first of all, you'll write the address of the sender or writer. So, who is the writer? Secretary of the club. And secretary, he or she is the secretary of literary club. And literary club belongs to the school. So, you will write here the name of the school. BC School, Shastri Nagar, Mumbai. After the address of the writer, you will write date. So date is already given. Then you have to write the address of the addressee. I mean the address of the receiver. So who is the addressee? Sudhish Gupta. So first you must mention the name here also, children. So first name, Mr. Sudesh Gupta, then his address, and then just like the formal letter subject, invitation as chief guest. Guest of honor, chief guest, almost the same. Then salutation, sir. And now, as per the question, you will write the literary club of our school. In the question, your school is given, you will write here our school. He is putting up the play Waiting for Godot on 17 January 20 dash dash. So here you will give date. In our school auditorium, so you will mention the venue from 9 to 10 a.m. the date on the behalf of your club, as you are not inviting the person for your family. So you are inviting on behalf of your club, on behalf of your school, so you must mention here on behalf of your club. I like to extend a cordial invitation. Children, it is a formal invitation, so you have to use the words very formal and polite. You will not write that I am going to invite you. I would like to extend a cordial invitation. So polite words you have to mention. To you be the guest of honor at the function. It would be our privilege. Again, the polite word, privilege. If you consent to grace this occasion, just see grace this occasion. Very polite word. With your esteemed presence, the polite words, formal words. So as polite as you can be, you will be writing the formal invitation. At last, just like the formal letter, you will write yours faithfully and then the name of the writer and then designation. So you have seen in this example that all the features of the formal invitation meant for an individual are mentioned here. You have seen that it has been written like a formal letter. You have seen that the polite words, formal tone are used here. You have also seen that the date, place, time have been mentioned. So this way you write the formal invitation meant for an individual. So children, when we invite someone, we expect a reply for the same also, so that accordingly we make arrangement. So as the invitations are of two types, formal and informal, in the same way replies are also of two types, formal and informal. As formal invitations again are of two types, formal invitation meant for all the invitees and formal invitation meant for an individual. In the same way, formal replies are also again of two types. The reply to the formal invitation meant for all the invitees and the reply to the formal invitation meant for an individual. So first of all, let's see the features of the reply to the formal invitation meant for all the invitees. Acknowledge the invitation. Express thanks in third person. Mention acceptance or regret. Specify the reason for refusal. Be brief. Be formal in tone and treatment. So first one is acknowledge the invitation. Means first of all, if you have got invitation and you have to write the reply, then you have to show or express some such words so that the person will know that you have got the invitation. Then you have to express your thanks and in third person. As you remember that the formal invitation meant for all the invitees, you write in third person. So the reply to the formal invitation meant for all the invitees will be also written in third person. Suppose if I have been invited and I have to write the reply, then I will not write that I am going to accept your invitation. I will write Leela Kumari accepts your invitation. So you have to write in third person. Number 3, you have to mention acceptance or refusal. Means whether you are going to accept the invitation, whether you are going to join the function or you are unable to join the function. Number 4, if you are going to refuse, then you have to mention the reason also. Why are you going to refuse? And then tone should be very polite, very formal, because it is a reply to the formal invitation. Now you can see the solved example. Draft a formal reply accepting an invitation to be present on the occasion of the wedding of Ankush, son of Mr. and Mrs. Shankar of 24 Green Park Road, Kanpur. You are Vikram Gaur of Raja Ki Mandi, Agra. So children, here you have to write the reply to the formal invitation meant for all the invitees. And in the question it is already mentioned, you have to express acceptance. Children, in some cases in question acceptance or refusal is not mentioned. If it is not mentioned, then you can write in any way. In accepting also, in refusing also. But as it is mentioned here, so write it accepting way. So, as you have read in features that it will be written in third person, so it is already written in third person. Mr. and Mrs. Vikram Gaur thank. Thank whom? Thank the persons who have invited them. And who have invited them? Mr. and Mrs. Shankar. So Mr. and Mrs. Shankar. Now the reason. Why? For inviting them on the occasion of the wedding of their son Ankush. You have to mention the name of the occasion ceremony. Then place. At 24 Green Park Road, Kanpur. Then date. On 15 May 20 and then you have to write whether you are going to accept or refuse. If you are going to accept, then you will write and assure them that they will be present. They, again the third person. Here the word they have come for Vikram Gaur and Mr. Vikram Gaur and Mrs. Vikram Gaur. They will be present. Means Mr. Vikram Gaur and Mrs. Vikram Gaur will be present on the occasion. Now, if it is for a birthday ceremony or about any anniversary or about any marriage anniversary, then you will wish also. To wish the newlyweds a very happy married life. Mr. and Mrs. Gaur will reach Kanpur by the Agra mail which leaves Agra at 8 am. And then other details also you can mention, like how you are going to reach, when you are going to reach. So if possible, then some arrangements will be made for you. And then the name will be written, the name of the writer, and then at last date. So here you have seen that how to write a reply to the formal invitation meant for all the invitees in accepting way. So third person is already mentioned and acceptance has been mentioned. Then first of all one has to thank, then one has to wish also, and then at last name and date. Here you can see one more example. Write a formal reply expressing your inability to attend the birthday celebrations of your friend Suresh Pradhan of 1235 Vivekanand Marg, Belu. You are Somesh Basu. So here you have to write the reply to the formal invitation for a lot of invitees expressing inability, means expressing refusal. So it will be starting in third person. Mr. and Mrs. Suresh Basu wish to thank Mr. and Mrs. Suresh Pradhan. So here also first of all you will express your thanks. Then you will give reason why to thank for extending an invitation to the birthday celebrations of their son Akshay. Then you will mention the occasion at their residence 1235 Vivekanand Marg, Belu. Then you will mention the venue on 20 March 20 then you will mention the date and wish the young boy many happy returns of the day, and then you will wish. But regret their inability to be present on account of some previous engagements. And at last, you will express your inability. But children, one thing you have to see here, that whether you are going to write reply for acceptance or for refusal. But in both the cases, you have to be very polite. Your tone should be polite or formal. It's not that in the very beginning you will write, no, I cannot attend the function, I am unable. No. First of all, you will thank. Then you will wish. And then at last, you will refuse regretting. As here it is given. But regret their inability. And then why are you refusing? You will give reason also. Inability to be present on account of some previous engagements. So what is the reason? On account of some previous engagements. And then the name of the writer, and at last the date when you are writing this invitation. So here you have seen that how to write the reply to the formal invitation meant for all the invitees. Whether you are going to write accepting or refusing. In both the ways, you have to be very polite, very formal. First of all, you have to thank, then you have to wish, and then at last, if you are going to write for refusal, then you will refuse, regretting, feeling sorry, and then you will give the reason also. And then at the bottom, on the left side, you have to give the name of the writer, and then at last, date. So children, that's all. Thanks.